Today I'm going to be showing you exactly how I went from $0 on Upwork to over $80,000 on the platform in just 12 months. Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Chris Sapredi, and I am the owner and founder of KD Web Creatives, a web design and SEO agency in Philadelphia. I'm creating this channel, My Freelance Class, as a guide to other freelancers and small business owners to help them through their journey of accomplishing their goals, quitting their 9-to-5, and just living the lifestyle they've always dreamed of. Now, I don't say these numbers to brag or even make myself look better. I say them because I'm confident that if you follow in the similar processes that I have in place, you too can create the life that you've always wanted. If you stick around to the end, I promise to reveal my biggest secret factor in how I grew from $0 to $80,000 plus on Upwork in just my first year. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss that one. Now let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into the 5 factors that I think helped me grow on Upwork so quickly and how they can help you too if you're just starting out in your Upwork journey, or even if you've already been on Upwork for a while and just haven't seen the success that you've wanted. The first factor that I think goes into having success on Upwork is having previous experience. I was lucky enough to work with some startups earlier in my career, and I built up a pretty decent portfolio. With that being said, I took a few years off of web design, so a lot of my websites weren't up to date. So now a cool trick and a way around this, if you don't have a portfolio already, is to create a SiteGround hosting account, and I'll leave a link in the description down below. You can create a SiteGround hosting account and then create as many websites under that one plan as you possibly want. So what you can do is just, think of some local service businesses like a lawn care company, a pest control company, a doctor, a lawyer, a real estate agent, and create simple, very simple 1 to 3 page websites around those service areas. That way it'll give your portfolio a boost. It will make clients think that you're legit. And if you're just starting out, this gives you room for error and the ability to kind of go at your own pace. Being able to demonstrate that you're able to provide what the client is looking for in a website is super important. Many times they'll ask for portfolio pieces, but even if they don't, trust me that they're looking for them when you submit a proposal. If you don't have any, and if there's none on your profile, they're going to think that you're an amateur, you're just starting out, and they probably don't want to give you their money over other freelancers who have a portfolio who are also applying for the same job that you are. The second tip is to set a reasonable hourly rate, at least at first. You don't want to set your rate at $100 an hour if you're just starting out and have limited portfolio pieces, because that's just unrealistic. Some of the top designers on Upwork aren't even charging $100 an hour, and they're top rated plus with over $300,000 in earnings. So to compete with them, you have absolutely no chance. I knew this going in, so what I did is set my profile rate at $40 an hour, and then I just clicked on a bunch of random jobs and tried to find other jobs that freelancers did around web design and similar projects in WordPress and Elementor that I wanted to take on and see what they were charging. Whether it was an hourly rate or a fixed cost, I based my pricing around that, and as I started to get more business, I slowly scaled up my price to get to where it is now, which is $80 an hour. I do tend to gravitate towards more fixed price projects, and I'll explain more on that in a future video, but for the time being, just know that as you start to get more business, more reviews, and more case studies, you can gradually scale up your hourly rate, but at first, just keep it at something reasonable so that you're able to attract the clients who are willing to give new freelancers a chance. This leads into the third takeaway, which is always ask for reviews. I don't care if the project is $5, $500, or $5,000. Always ask for that review. A 5-star review is worth its weight in gold, and probably even more than the money itself. Don't be shy or nervous to ask for a review. If you did a great job, communicated along the way, met all your deadlines, there's no reason the client isn't going to be happy. You'll find that most clients on Upwork are actually super nice and they want to help you grow as a freelancer. So they'll be more than willing to write you a glowing 5-star review. All you need to do is ask. I can't count the number of times someone's reached out to me and said, hey, I checked out your profile and saw all of your amazing reviews, and that's honestly why I reached out to you in the first place. That makes me feel some type of way because without those reviews, I wouldn't probably have gotten those clients. They would have went elsewhere to another profile with also decent reviews. So that's what reassures me to always ask for a review after a project is completed. And think about it. If I were a business owner and I was posting jobs on Upwork for a website or any other service in general, I would always lean towards the freelancers who have more reviews and less money earned than more money earned and less reviews. So let's say a freelancer has 10 reviews and $5,000 in earnings, but another freelancer has 3 reviews and $60,000 in earnings. I'm always going to opt for freelancer A because I can trust the reviews and the success they've had delivering results to other clients just like me. The next takeaway is have unique proposals. Generic proposals equals the self-destruction of your freelance career. Take it from me. Business owners do not want to see a copy and pasted proposal. If you have a generic proposal that you're copy pasting on every post, you are crippling your freelance career before it even gets started. You'd actually be shocked at the number of freelancers who have probably well over $100,000 in earnings who send generic proposals. They still get business, but the quality of business they get probably isn't the best. If I had to guess, I'd probably estimate that over 50% of all proposals submitted to Upwork are copy and pasted without even reading or referencing the job description one bit. Any competent business owner who isn't bargain shopping will immediately pick up on this and disregard your proposal in a heartbeat. You do not want to be batched in with these other freelancers who are doing the same thing, probably sending over 100 proposals, and they'll be lucky to get one response. The biggest tip here is to cater to the client's needs. If someone posts a job that says they want a Wix website, do not reply saying you'll deliver them an amazing WordPress website, because that is not what they asked for and that is not what they're going to want to hear. If someone's comfortable on Wix, they're going to want to stay on Wix. So if they see WordPress in the proposal, they're immediately going to throw it out and say this freelancer isn't for me. Customize each proposal you write and you'll immediately see an increase in the amount of responses you get to your proposals. I guarantee it. Now we move on to strategic applications. If you're just starting out, you might not want to be re-upping on Upwork Connects every other day. This can get quite expensive and it's going to lower your confidence because you're spending so much money and you're not getting any results to show for it. This is why in the very beginning, I recommend niching down and only applying for jobs that specifically relate to what you want to do. I know it might be tempting to apply for every job you see because you have the opportunity to make money, but this isn't always the best way to go about it. It can be a double-edged sword because some people might say quantity over quality, and while this may work for some, I don't think it's a great long-term strategy. What worked for me is looking for jobs that were under $1,000 fixed cost or $40 an hour or under, and applying only for these jobs. The clients who are posting these jobs probably aren't looking for the most extensive portfolio ever, and they're going to be more willing to give newer freelancers a chance. What you can do in your proposal, or even once you get a response, is offer an unrealistic but attainable timeline. So what I mean by this is a lot of web designers will say a 3 to 4 week turnaround time for a basic 5-page website, but what you can do is undercut them and say, hey, I'll finish your website in 1 to 2 weeks. And this is something that the client will really appreciate because they'll think that you're dedicated to their project and you're going to give them results in a very quick amount of time. A 5-page Elementor website should not take you longer than 2 to 3 weeks anyway. So even if you're just starting out and you're still learning, just dedicate, 5 hours per day to the website and you should have no problem completing it in under 2 weeks. What you can also do is offer unlimited revisions, which a lot of freelancers don't do. This will give more trust to the client. It'll tell them that even if they don't like the first few iterations, you're guaranteeing them, as many revisions as possible until you get it 100% right. Once you get your first few clients under your belt, you can move away from this method, but it's a great way to jumpstart your career on Upwork and instill trust in clients that you'll actually do a good job for them. Now, finally, what everyone's been waiting for, the bonus tip. So this is where momentum comes into play. And if you've ever watched a basketball game, you know that a 10 or 20 point lead can change in a matter of minutes and even go the other team's direction. The same concept applies to Upwork. Now, I have no real data or factual evidence to back this up, but I do think that the algorithm on Upwork kicks in once you start getting responses to your job proposals, and especially once you initiate contracts. I then do believe that Upwork will promote your profile higher when you submit proposals, which will obviously then lead to clients seeing your proposals more often and getting more responses. Momentum is also a mental game, so the more jobs you successfully complete, the more confidence you'll get in yourself and your ability to talk on the phone or Zoom calls, close sales, and execute a stellar website that clients will give you a 5-star review for. Emotions are really half the battle, and if nothing else, momentum is a reassuring sign that you should keep pushing forward and continuing to have month-over-month progress as you continue your journey on Upwork or any other small business venture. Now, in conclusion, there are plenty more factors that go into having success on Upwork. And if you would like to see a part 2 to this video, please subscribe, like, and comment down below part 2 so I know that there's interest. If this video gets to 100 likes, I'll post the part 2, and I may even include a special giveaway in that next video. Also, one thing I forgot to mention while editing this video is that I do have a Facebook group that I just started called Elementor Pro and SEO. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's a Facebook group where we as a community can come together. You can ask me questions We can just talk about, anything web design, SEO, getting more clients, increasing your pricing, anything like that. So if you're interested in joining a community and a group and being on the ground floor, please click the link in the description below, and it'll take you to the Facebook group where you just have to answer a couple of questions, and then I will add you to the group. So I hope to see you guys in there as well.